Let's get to the early games. The aforementioned Chicago Bears, they're 5.5-point underdogs at the Titans. Everything is split here. There's no real advantage in the money. There's no real advantage in the bets. 5.5. What are you rating this at, Simon?
Wow, I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked people are coming in on the Titans after that Bengals game of just everything people say about the Titans game true. Their defense can't stop anybody. They're the worst pass defense in football. I know they just got Desmond King from the Chargers, but is he really going to solve all their woes? The biggest reason I just won't – it's hard for me to just take the Bears right now is they got more injuries on the offensive line. And it's becoming apparent where I don't know if Nick Foles is butting heads with Nagy, but you can just tell that some of these plays that Nagy's calling, Nick Foles just does not like. He just does not think they're smart for the situations. And come Sunday, I'm going to be on the Bears here. This number is way too big for a Titans team that they haven't proven to anyone they should be favored by more than 3.5, 3 against a winning team. But I would wait on this one. You need to really know what's going on with this Bears offensive line, because if I know the Titans don't have a great D-line, but if you can't get any protection for Nick Foles, it's hard to back him. So I'm cool with putting that one aside, but I do like the Bears here.
You know, it's interesting you say that about Nick Foles. I don't disagree. Like, I feel like he is lacking confidence in what Nagy is calling. And I do feel like I saw this the other day, that there are times where Foles said that there are times Nagy is calling a play that he knows it's not going to work. And that looks like it's happening constantly. Also, David Montgomery is just not functional. Like,
he's a corpse.
He's not hitting holes. He dances every single time he gets the ball. It is not a team that has any running game to speak of whatsoever. And I will say, so undisciplined. Like, forget about what happened with the wide receiver punching the defensive back for the Saints. Like, every single down, it feels like there is some kind of stupid mental mistake for the Bears that they will say is born of aggressiveness, but is really just them not functioning as a team that understands how to do the little things to keep themselves in a position to win. I say that, as a Bears fan.
That defense should not be giving up a 1-minute touchdown drive at home to Drew Brees before half. That's on the coaching. So I'm with you.
Lions are now 4-point dogs. They opened as 2-point dogs. They are now 4-point dogs against the Vikings. What's interesting in this game is that the bets and the money are coming in on the Lions. What say you, professional bettor Simon Hunter?
Yeah, maybe Vegas is laying a trap here, but maybe the line moved too because Kenny Galladay is supposed to be out for Detroit. Now he's a big piece for the wide receiving core, but this game feels like a field goal. It's like both these teams have big glaring weaknesses, and they have offenses that can score for the most part, and they can keep them in games. So when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, so Minnesota just got a huge road win against Green Bay. They're coming home, playing a Detroit team that just lost at home, that's going on the road, that most of their games they played tight, and they just got blown out, Detroit, at home. So for me, this is an automatic play. I'm going to ride with, I don't know if it's a public or the Sharps, but I like this Detroit number, especially at +4. I'm happy to take that.
You and I are in total agreement. And I will say, last week, the first game that we loved, the very first game that we loved that did not get a lot of attention and seemed like a no-brainer. Like, as the week goes on, you can always sort of aggregate what is everybody talking about and what are the picks and blah, blah, blah. And like, nobody loved the Colts the way we did. We loved the Colts. And I look at this and I think the Lions are the team in which I'm going to do the opposite of what happened the week before almost every week. And because the swings in the reaction from the market to the Lions are so massive. And so you're always going to get value on the opposite side. Love the Lions here.
Let's do it.
You know who I don't love at all? Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is getting some kind of benefit of the doubt, but he's just a bad quarterback. He is inaccurate, at this point in his career, he should not be making these decisions that he makes. And I just have no faith in him that he's a guy who will end up getting through a game without making a catastrophic error that is going to send me into complete disarray. So Giants are +3 visiting Washington right now.
And I know a lot of people are going to think like this is a coin flip game, so they're going to take the Giants. But I personally have this at Washington -4. And it has more to do with the fact that Washington just has such a great D-line. And coming off a bye week and the fact they lost to the Giants in a game they probably should have won or at least went to overtime in, I love it. I love how this lines up for the Washington football team. So I understand why people think this is good to take the 3.5 to 3 with the Giants, but I just think they're overlooking that this Washington team, they don't really make mistakes. Kyle Allen, he just doesn't turn it over, especially at the rate, like you were just saying, as the Giants do. So I'm cool with fading Daniel Jones here and just backing this Washington football team.
Do you like it enough that we want to put it in the contest right now, or do we want to wait? Because the money and everything's coming in on the Giants right now. So
right, like that's why I'd put on the side. I'd hope to get a better number because 3, like we talk all the time, we don't want to push in this competition. We either just want to win or lose. So hopefully this goes down to 2.5, and I'll happily take Washington here.
We still have coming up the big bet your balls bet of the week, and I don't even know what we call that still. And we got a hornet nest game going on. What do we call that again?
A hornet's nest?
The BBB.
Oh, the big balls bet of the week.
Big balls bet of the week. We got that coming up. We haven't hit it yet, have we?
No, we still haven't lost one yet this year, man. It's like 4-0 or 5-0.
What was our big balls bet of the week last week?
The Broncos.
Broncos!
Yeah, that's what I mean. You needed big balls to make that bet.
Dude, we needed seriously big balls. All right. Seahawks are 3-point favorites on the road at Matt Mitchell's favorite team, Western New York's pride, the Buffalo Bills. Man. Short home dog, Seattle traveling, all the money coming in on Seattle, all the bets coming in on Seattle. Give me one good reason why we don't take the Bills here.
I know. It sucks. This is a professional line. This is like a situation where you have to take the Bills. I know Josh Allen hasn't played well. I know the defense has just been atrocious and they can be run on, but oh man, I have to take the Bills. It's painful. We probably won't put it in because this is too risky. Where Russ, in these situations, I just been burned by him a lot. Where he'll just cover this 2.5 number, but I just have to play the Bills here. A home dog that hasn't been playing well against a team that just had a huge divisional win coming across country, like you said. I'm with you. I'm taking the Bills here.
This game feels like a hornet's nest.
It definitely is. We're definitely walking to a hornet's nest in this one.
We are walking into a goddamn hornet's nest. These are murder hornets in this one. I would say right now, this number is going to go up. If it crosses 3, if it gets to 3.5, and right now 80% of the money is coming, and there's a lot of bets on this game already. 80% of the money is coming in on the Seahawks. 66% of the bets are coming in on the Seahawks. This game gets to 3.5. I would have no problem putting this in the contest.
I'll put it in if there's any type of weather. If we get some snow or rain, I'm with you. I'll back the Bills here. But if it's a beautiful day up in Buffalo, there's no way I can back the Bills. I can't back Josh Allen to beat the Seahawks in a shootout. So I'm with you. We can put it on the side because I do love this number.
Matt Mitchell, if you could check in with the Action Weather Center and let us know before the end of the podcast what the forecast is going to be in Orchard Park on Sunday, that would be fantastic. Next game up, Ravens, 2.5-point faves on the road at Indianapolis. This one is a sticky wicket. Unless your rating is telling you, I got this, I feel confused.
Yeah, got it at a pick. So love the Colts. Think you're getting a good number here. I
I
know.
cannot believe you're going to make us bet the Colts in this one. That's a huge difference between 2.5 and pick. Getting a home dog like this.
I know.
This is
I don't know.
disgusting.
Maybe I'm overvaluing the injury to the O-line of the Ravens, but I just don't see how the Ravens can really move the ball against this Colts defense. And we've seen the evidence now, Lamar. He's played good teams in big spots, and he keeps not playing up to the standard we're accustomed to. Those interceptions he threw last week were absolutely horrible. He's throwing it right to defenders, and I don't know. I'm with you. This isn't my big balls bet of the week, but like I have to take the Colts here. I just think this is great value, and this is a bad spot for the Ravens here.
Are they contest worthy?
I feel better if we had the Colts at 3.5. So if the public and other people keep coming in on the Ravens here and we can get it back up to 3.5, I'd put it in. Yeah.
It's not looking that way right now. Money is split. Public is coming in on the Ravens, so we might get lucky, but the money is staying even right now. Panthers visiting the Chiefs. They're 10.5-point underdogs, getting the money, but not getting the bets.
Right. This is sharp. This is a sharp play. Yeah. We talk about it all the time on here. Teddy is a dog. We take Teddy every time as a dog. I know the Chiefs at home, I forget the exact stat, but they might be like 13-1 against the spread, something crazy. And last week, it was never-ending people asking me, like, how can you take the Chiefs as a 19-point favorite, 20-point favorite? And it's situational. I never will take favorites that big usually. But if I have a good read in the game and I'm saying, well, this number should be 23, happy to take the Chiefs. Where this week, I had this game at 8.5 for the Chiefs. So 11.5, 10.5 with Carolina Panthers. I think I'm getting 3 points of value. I love this play for a good backdoor. So I'm on the Panthers this week.
Are we putting this in our contest?
Let's put it in for right now. I love it.
So right now, the games that we love, we have games that we love right now. We love the Lions +4. We love Washington -3, but we're hoping to wait because we think it might come down a little bit. We love the Panthers +10.5. And by the way, we might get the Panthers more. Like this could be a little bit of a rocket ship as the week goes on. Like it's still very early, not a lot of bets on this game. But we got 3 bets that we like right now out of the early games. I do like having the early games just because it, helps me set up for the rest of the day. Texans visiting the Jaguars, 7-point favorites. This game is the proverbial corner TV game in our virtual landscape. We will not have any interest in this game unless you tell me otherwise. Okay.
I know, it's too ugly. Like, the pro in me, I'm going to take the Jaguars. I know they have the new QB in there. But you can run on the Texans, and the Jaguars, they like to run it with Robinson. And everything I've seen from the Texans is that they're not – I don't know. They're not this team that I can trust to be a 7-point favorite over anyone. That's a lot of points for such a bad team to be laying. And Texans have already beat the Jaguars this year. So you think they're going to beat them 2 times this year and both times by more than 7 points? I just can't see it. So I'm going to take the Jaguars this week, even though I know they've just been horrendous of late. But I'm going to trust the number and take the Jags here.
We have breaking news from the Action Network Weather Center. This just in from producer Matt Mitchell. It is beautiful in the Paris of Western New York this weekend. It should be 67 and sunny. So we might take this game off the board for us.
Yeah, that's scary.
Also, an update on the continued lack of respect I get in my house. As everyone of the podcast who listens to the podcast is aware, I broke my thumb playing football with my son over the summer. I had surgery in September. I had 3 pins put in it. I had surgery on Monday to have 2 of the 3 pins taken out. 1 had already been taken out. My son texted me the other day when it was clear Gardner Minshew was not going to be playing because of a broken thumb. And he said to me, I'll never make fun of you for your broken thumb again because that would be disrespecting the GOAT.
At least your kid's got his priorities straight.
That's what we're talking about. I'm second in line behind Gardner Minshew because he's so good on Madden. All right. All right. The Broncos, our favorite team in the NFL, the Broncos. I think that at one point on Sunday, I just texted you. They were down like 24-3. I texted you. So pissed. I'm like, Broncos. And I knew like we were going into a Sunday night needing Carson goddamn Wentz to win by 7.5. And I'm like, are you kidding me that we're going to have to salvage what looked like a great day that we wanted to skip, and we're going to end up losing on the day because of the goddamn Broncos? And then Mr. Professional, calm, cool, and collected. You, Chad. Now the Broncos plus 3.5 on the road at the Falcons, getting the money and the bets.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's a smart bet to make. Why are the Falcons favored by 4 points over anybody? Don't feel great about it because we just got so incredibly lucky back in the Broncos last week, and literally Drew Lock played 1 quarter out of 4. He showed up in the fourth quarter. That's all we needed him for, to get us that cover. But I cannot back the Falcons here after their win on Thursday night. I'm happy to take the +4, but I would not put this one in the competition.
No way. This is a total pass for me. Total pass. But here's the thing. We got 3 games in that we like. Reminder, we like the Lions +4. We like the Panthers +10.5. We tend to like Washington football team -3. We're just hoping the number moves a little bit more because the money is coming in on Danny Jones and the New York Football Giants. All right, let's get us to the late games. We still haven't gotten to the big balls bet of the week. We still
right. I feel like we should use it on the Colts. I feel bad now because I'm looking at these other lines. It's like, oh, man. I mean, we'll get to the game I wanted to use it on, but it's like, do I really want to use it here?
Well,
because it hasn't lost yet. I want to give a winner.
Let's wait. Let's see, and then we can decide.